Right everyone, WeaponCollector here. Right, today I'm going to do a throwing knife backstop type thing. So the story behind this is because most of the throwing knives I like to use are my homemade ones, they struggle to sometimes go in some of the targets I've got. So I've got a log round, but it just happens to be quite hard wood. I've got a homemade end grain backstop target, but again my knives are quite thick and not very pointed, so they struggle to stick in every time. And my foam backstop is now degraded so much that the stuff's falling out, the blades are falling out. So what I thought I would do is make my own that should be able to take any throwing knives, even a completely blunt one, you know, completely rounded off one. I think this should work anyway. So the idea will be to get one of these straw mats, cut it into maybe 2-inch sections. So what I'll do, I'll roll this up, tape it up, cut it into about 2-inch sections, cut the bottom of this plant pot off to about 2 inches, and then put those into that so they're sticking upwards, and then any blades should be able to slide into that easily. Hopefully, we'll see how it goes. This will be a bit of a trial and error thing. So yeah, so the first thing I think will be to cut the edges off of this and then start taping it up. I'll probably do it as thick as a piece of duct tape, so I'm going to just wrap one round, cut it, wrap one round, cut it. So that'll be the first bit. Right, so I don't know how well you're going to be able to see that. I haven't quite got enough bits of the matting, but it doesn't matter. What I'll do, I'll still cut this bottom off, and I'll just maybe put a cardboard ring around, a couple of cardboard rings, have these in the centre. At least give us an idea that this would work. If it does, I could get hold of another mat. So what I'll do now is mark the plant pot around about here, wherever it would be. I may make it a little bit deeper so I can put a bit of cardboard in the back of it. So a couple of layers of cardboard, then the matting, so maybe up to about here. So maybe 1 inch taller than the actual rings of mat. So maybe about here. Right, hopefully this will cut out with some scissors. I don't know if you're going to even get to see me do this, but I'll do a couple of rings of cardboard around the edge and stuff these inside the middle of it. Not as big as I wanted it to be, but you know, tough luck if you ain't got all the stuff you want, is it? So that's what it looks like now. It might work, it's worth a try. Right, so I think this should work. I'll give it a go in a second. Hopefully this shouldn't pop out. Yeah, I reckon that should be able to take any pretty blunt throwing knives. So what I'll do now, I'll take it outside, give it a go. So it does work. I was starting to wonder at first. You'll have to excuse my dirty old work clothes and my trousers that don't fit me. But I thought I'd just go straight out there and try it. But yeah, partly why I made this is for the shooting competition. Now my shooting competition really just revolves around anything that can fly through the air basically. So I need a target that I can consistently stick this single throwing knife in. And when I used it last time, it kept falling out, and then I ended up having a score of like 8 or something out of 35. So this is good. You'll see that I actually do manage to stick 6 in a row, which is what I would have to do for the shooting competition if people use throwing knives. So yeah, it will definitely work. The blades do slip in between the sort of reeds or the straw or whatever. So yeah, it's a good viable target if you want to use blunt throwing knives. Alright, hope you enjoyed the video. See you later. Before you leave, if you ever wanted to support this channel, you can now via Patreon or by shopping at Amazon.com and Gearbest. There's more info below if you need that. Remember, if you want to get full notifications for this channel, click the bell, and I'll see you later. Cheers.